Hello, everybody. Um, Talking about the Lion's Gate and what the effects are in the journey as a twin flame. How is that it's related into it? There was a lot of you know talks and a lot of other things, but when you look at it professionally wise as an astrologer, in there you know the things when the Lion's Gate is open actually. From some of the astrologers, they give this opening, but in the practical situations, that is when the sun is entering and moving from the 14 degree 59 minutes into the 15 degrees of Leo. That is that energy in there because of the sun full power in that point is not reflected neither by Cancer, neither by Virgo. And most of the times that falls out in the 8th of August. So that's what is known about the 888 portal. And that is one of these energies so powerful. That energy is so powerful. So I want to be talking to you right now about this. And if you have so many questions about it, please, guys, don't hesitate in there. So, without other ado, I want to recognize people in the chat. Hi, darling. Thank you for coming. CF, my brother, thank you for coming. Diamond B, thank you for coming in. And I'm going to be picturing this. I want you to picture this from within you when I'm talking to you. Okay? This is the Earth. Okay? So we have this energy of Leo that it's facing and going this way, and it's pointing here, the Aquarius, on the other side. And during that gate, it's something very in particular that it's happening in there. Hi, Lorianne, thank you for coming in. Is that energy of the wisdom that it's been gaining through it? The old Sumerians, they knew about this gate. And what is so powerful, they recognize that something is really in particular going on within the humanity that comes in. Later on, when the astrology evolved, people begin to look more with the meaning of each degrees. So I'm going to be reading you about, first of all, about the degree that represents that 15 degrees of Leo. So, and then I'm going to be talking to you about what is on the other side. What is on the other side of that gravity? When you're walking into the rabbit hole, when you're getting into this tunnel of gravity, and that gravity, okay, it's coming from Leo. That it's this portion of angles that comes in this 30 degrees of Leo, that it goes into the solar system, and on the other side is those 30 degrees of Aquarius. But since the sun is in the right and the center, that's when the gate begins to open. It faces that 15 degrees of Aquarius. So the meaning of all this is been to show up the power of couple. You may see it in old Egyptians where the king and the queen, they're coming together as figures. There has always been this mystical energies about powerful gods, the powerful energies of gods. Because when the god is by himself most of the time, or these mystical figures by themselves, they are not complete. They are not something else. But when they're together, what did they achieve? Where are they got? What kind of kids did they make? What kind of gods did they produce? If you look at it in the Greek mythology specifically, and looking at within all this, you're going to understand the real power of the Lion's Gate is gaining the wisdom. The wisdom of you are going to go through it. So basically, the 15th degree of Leo represents a pageant with a spectacular floats, moves along a street crowded with cheering people. So basically, you're that person. You are walking through that street, you are in there and that floats, and you are waving to everybody. It's like, hey, I am, this is what I am. This is represents the king who walks into the crowd, and everyone has to admire him. The admirations, this power of you as a character to be admired. You have the power you to be indulged. You have the power to show off who you are, and so on. This is the power of the king. Is like, yeah, I got the power, which is good, which is great. But we're talking about this is about a single person, okay? A single person. The more or less sensational release of energies in the form of dramatizing of the unconscious aspirations of a man primitive and instinctual nature. Primitive. And we're talking about when you don't have this energies inside of you. That's what the 15 degrees represents. That is it, the power when the king does not understanding the value and the positions that he is. He's still thinking primitive. He's like, I'm the king, everyone bows to me, the people paying taxes, and I got food and shelter, and I don't have to worry about anything. No, you do. You have responsibility as a king. You have a responsibility within the people. You have things that you need to do. And this is why right now, even that astrology-wise, when I look at the aspects currently, the way the gate is suppressed. The authority is suppressed. Why? Because on the other side, there is also an energy that is open. So when the gate is open, the energy flows two ways. It goes from Leo to Aquarius, but also goes from Aquarius to Leo. So the flow is depends of how you think, how you processing this within yourself. So if you look at it, the more of the beginning of that 15 degree of Leo, it stays like this. The last picture of Sirius dealing with the Nicene, which is a combustion. Combustion, you're blowing off. Okay, recall it a collective sense of dramatic events represented by the first degree of Leo, which is me. The street pageant, perhaps is tumultuous carnival, brings men and women to peak in emotional excitement, it perhaps incandescence. But the pageant had to be planned carefully by individual minds that sought to express themselves in the process of giving a concrete form of desired expectation of collective crowd. If you do things to gain energy, to gain these admirations, you to be set up by these single minds in there, you're not included in the collective. Those are a single minds situations. Those are a primitive energies inside. And this is why Leo is the fifth. It is the fifth house, the maturity house, and this is why this is the maturity of the king. When it's time for him to mature, to show off he is matured in there. This is why the Lion's Gate, when I have those lions through the towns of walking through it, and there is a lion, 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 is to remind you about the wisdom of the lion. In the Sumerians, they had the lion's body with the man's head and the wings. This is when you get the power and the wisdom of the lion within you, your divine energies within yourself, but you're a human person in there. But at the same time, there was a lion in there. Okay, that it was different presentation. The lion's head with the man's body with the knife. And that is what the king has to be look and mature within. Okay, you have to be look at it. So talking about this situation is all about to have these public demonstrations. As Leo, it's typically they like to be admired. There is that energy of Leo that has been in there astrology wise. If you look at it, Leo is the only one pretty much highest level of zodiac signs that wants to be admired. Why? They're the king and they're the queen. they have these energies within them. But look at it in there, that admirations is about individual able to give a public demonstrations. While if you look at it, the energies out there on the other side, that represents two lovebirds sitting on the fence and singing happily. This is the maturity where it comes in. You find the person, you find the situations inside of it, and you build these things. If you look at it within the twin flame journey, you came to yourself, to your own senses inside that what's wrong with you, why you're not happy within life, why you've been in this state of shows off, why you've been in these positions, why you've been like this and that, and so on and so on. You're making it this pre-ignition state in there. And when the light gate comes in, you are like something happened to you. What happened to that beautiful love that you were seeking in the bedtime story? What happened to the prince who rescued the princess? What happened to the princess that was kissed by the prince and she walked up and they lived happily ever after? And that is the other side, the other energy of the lion's gate, what pretty much none of the astrologers actually are talking about. But when you look at it within the gravity, that's what this is going on deeply within the subconscious from within yourself, and is related to awakening from the twin flames. Most of the people who are in the twin flames journey, they're looking at to this data, to this lion's gate. Why? As we explain it to you, this journey as a twin flame is you to mature to the point you are going to be ready for a union. That is it, the power and the connections between the lion's gate and the twin flame. But that is it, the energy today, you to sit down within your own self and you to think about it. Did I am growing up for this? Did I am mature for this? Did I did what I needed to do there? Hi Erica, Paulina, is it possible that the reason I am feeling emotions from period right before the ignition in there, initiations, ignitions? Yes. Some of the people gonna feel that, and especially with all those energies downlink, yes, they're gonna feel these initiations because that is a cosmic event. Those cosmic energies. There is a lot of other gates, but people don't talk about them. People don't pay attention to them. There is a gate that it's the Aries gate. There is a Taurus gate. There's a Gemini gate. All the zodiac signs, they have a gate when the sun is at the 14, end of the 14, beginning of the 15th degree of the zodiac sign. But the astrologers and humanity is not interested on them. Why? Because the most important part is what you're telling yourself of the maturity that you are going to have this beautiful relationship between two birds. And the divine is preparing you for that. You might gonna hear it also from other astrologers that they're talking about that this love it's gonna be ignited in there. Because you have to leave your own agenda. Is the same as the king has his own agenda within itself. Look at me, who I am, how pretty I am, who I am. I'm so powerful, I'm so beautiful, and so on. But he's only by himself. While here, we're talking about this 15 degrees of Aquarius. It's talking about this. The blessing bestowed upon the personal achievement by spirituality fulfilled consciousness of the soul. Here we go. Should I repeat it again? The blessing bestowed upon personal achievements by spirituality fulfilled consciousness of the soul. You know everything within there. You guys knew it. You know that is how it's going to be. We actually, me and Paulina, we talked to you about this. But now you know it. It's not only for what we say, what we did in there. So this is coming from an astrology book. that represents the degrees of the astrology there. So the symbol can be interpreted of a various level of significance, but eventually suggests a state of being in which two complementary aspects of spiritual reality, however we may conceive them, are united. The union results in happiness or bliss, ananda. As the two birds are singing on the fence and the fence separates two fields of garden, the implication is that the separative consciousness of the ego can to be blessed perhaps as a spiritual reward for long, sustained, and well done work. This is the last symbol. Inner happiness is seen to be a reward for the individuals who have made a valuable contribution to their community or mankind as a whole. It's the high aspect of happiness, indeed, beatitude. You already know as a twin flame when you are awakening there what to do. What do you have on that degrees or around those degrees within Leo or in Aquarius? Because Aquarius ages is coming. You guys gonna feel it that every time there is something goes inside of it, Aquarius, things are happening. And everything is gonna be happening there when the Aquarius seasons begin. You're going to see it, you're going to feel it. The new energies, they are coming. The question is what they said here. How you make a valuable contribution to the community, to the mankind as a whole. You knows about it that when you use a twin flame, you have this urgency or thinks about missions inside of it. But it's very crucial. What are you gonna be doing within you? Realizing and put aside your own agenda to have that beautiful energies of Aquarius. They're actually also entering during the lion's gate from the other side, from the mirror. Because the gate is open, you can walk from Leo to Aquarius. You can see what is in Aquarius, and you can walk from Aquarius into Leo. The question is, how are you going to use this portal in there? What are you going to be thinking about it? Are you going to use this beautiful spiritual reward within yourself? Because from Leo, you can go to Aquarius, you can get this reward and come back. There's a lot of been going on, especially that Venus is also retrograde right now. Talking about the love, you to value the love inside of you, inside of your own self. So this is why I wanted to come out and giving you this heads up. What it's mean portal, first of all. The portal, that is when two separate points of space have the same equal magnetic field and they create a whirlpool. In between them, there is the same gravity that goes in and the same gravity goes out. Usually it's seen when there is a black hole in there. You know, see it in the event horizon in there. Because it looks like a donut in a way. But looking at from within you, how that affects you, how that energy is going to be entering from within you, and how this energy is going to come out of you from within. Because the gravity is energy. Energies become emotions. Emotions is informations. They're going into your mind. They become thoughts. And thoughts becomes actions. So I don't know if somebody's calling, but I don't know from who, what, and where. So if you guys have some any more questions in there, you guys can talk about it. But you're gonna feel these emotions inside, those beautiful power right now of these energies of the two lovers, those two birds in there. I'm gonna be copying those and I'm gonna put it under the descriptions of the video. You guys can have it and you can reference for the future use for you. But during this time, giving you that powerful energies of Aquarius, because that is a beautiful energy. We are talking about two consciousness coming in together with you. Two lovely birds sitting on the fence. Are you uniting those two things from within yourself personally in order to have another bird? Because one bird doesn't make a spring, it always takes two. So that's all I have, like a message for you guys. If you have any questions in there, I'm ready to answer it for you. Hopefully you guys get this video and helps you with being you. So if you're not, let's share the love and the light, guys. I wish you the best with you. Been there, done that. There is an Aquarius energies there that we know. We like to give you this Aquarius energies to you and give you that yourself that Aquarius energies. But don't doubt it, because if you don't have the Leo's courage energies within you to look at that, you won't be able to enter that portal. You won't be able to getting into those energies, to these self-evaluations from within yourself, to be by yourself, to realize that all this and the fames and so on is not what's inside of you, because inside of you, in your internal world, you are alone. While on the other side, you have a soul next to you, sitting next to you. All right, guys, love you so much. Blue, could you talk about how this gate affects divine feminine and divine masculine energies? Yes, when you look at it of the divine feminine, divine masculine, first of all, before you even call yourself divine feminine or divine masculine in there, a lot of people I see through a post, through a videos, and so on in there, they call themselves, I'm a divine masculine or I'm divine feminine, and I'm asking, do you have a connections within the divine and so on? It's like, yeah, I have this premonition that this and this and will happen. I have this, I am the divine counterpart of my twin flame, and I want my twin flame so much. I'm like, okay, yeah. You guys have to understand this. You need to begin to call yourself divine feminine or divine masculine when you personally create this soul contract with the divine within you. Otherwise, don't call yourself DM or DF. If the divine energies doesn't work with you, or the divine energies, you don't listen to them, they don't guide you, or so on and so on, you're still a masculine or feminine. Let's this be clear. Let's cut out the slack, okay? Because you need to understand, every time when you're using the divine energies, the divine words, the divine energies, which is the authority. But if you're looking at it from within yourself, you as an authority have the authority to connect to the divine. That first of all is going to be acting on this, because the sun represents the authority. And if you're a feminine or a masculine, you choose that authority to work with the highest authority, which is the divine energies, which is the universal energies. They're there. That's what this is. You're not putting yourself, I'm the king, come look at me who I am, and not worry about the gods upstairs. I'm not worried about the divine energies up there. The humanity a long time ago has been, I'm my power, I'm my own God, I'm my own thing. Okay. And later on, they get slapped in the face by life to learn. It's not only about them. So talking about the divine energies, they're going to be having a very good effects in there. And I'm talking about very good effects of a point of maturing in the spirituality realm, because they're going to be able to see through the gate, through the open door. What are they missing? And both divine feminine, divine masculine will look at it specifically this. We're talking about two fields or gardens. There is a garden downstairs, there is a garden upstairs. Are you going to make, and you sitting on the fence between the two gardens, the gardens between the heaven and earth? Can you be able to make a garden on earth as there is heaven? That right there is going to be the effect of the divine feminine, divine masculine, when they look at it, the energies, to embrace the divine energies, and they to become divine feminine, divine masculine, to mature within the divine from within. And this is the best power of the Lion's Gate, because you see the garden downstairs, the garden that the parade goes in there and everyone waving, right? And you see the garden upstairs. You see both. And this is how you become a divine feminine, divine masculine. This is why the Egyptians, they value it so much. This is why the Sumerians liked it so much. They understood this. Because how come there's going to be a king without a queen? It's the same thing. The value of the queen, the value is her king. And if you look at it from a personal perspective, are you going to value the man next to you as a female, but at the same time as a male? Are you going to appreciate that woman next to you? But since this is a spiritual event, it's a lot has to do of increasing the divine feminine, divine masculine energies. And a lot of the twin flames, they're looking at how fast they can be with their twin flame and physical and so on and this and that. They're missing the point of losing the divine feminine, divine masculine energies engagement within the divine. You already know that. You already know that. But it is what it is. But you can use these energies of the gate right now, Blue, by looking at them there. Looking at first what you knew, and take a look and observe around you. And then you're going to find what kind of garden you are, what kind of gardener you are. Now you're going to create this garden in there, so the birds can come in and they can put up a nest. Because the birds, the gardener, and the person who lives out there, it's you. You've always been you. All you have to do is understand the values of the universe inside you. Because right now, Uranus is squaring the sun. It says like, he's not your authority. Why? What authority is? Right now, the current authority is the two birds. And this is why you're going to feel in these energies of union and unifications that it's coming in. A lot of the people, a lot of the twin flames, or the people who are within the twin flames journey, they become in union. Astrology-wise, we know that. Some of the astrologers, they knew that. They saw it. The intuitive twin flames, they also knew it. But why is not saying too much? Because a lot of the people, they don't do this inner work. But today's this inner work, that's what I did live, is about that. Can you put your ego, pride? Can you put your personal agenda? Can you stop taking the things personally? Can you embrace the divine energies that God gave you within your soul? That is what this is all about, guys. That is my message for you. I hope make you think a little bit. And God bless your souls today, tonight specifically, because in a few hours there's going to be a very special powers inside of all this. They're going to begin in there. I don't know if you watched the daily astro gravitational report I was talking about. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. You think it is. Are you going to do it? The only answer lies is with you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching it. If there is no more questions, let's share the love and the light. And we are going to have some another talk here. Life, one of the things is right. Divine time has everything in there. Paulina, somehow I feel if you will manage to get to the center between Leos and Aquarius energy, we can help ourselves to get to our DF and DM union. Actually, yes. Because the center is who? You. The center is you. Because the whole energy goes into. This is very beautiful. Thank you, darling. And talking about within this energy, I'm going to draw this a little bit. This is the solar system right there in the center. We are getting, talking about right here, that's the sun. If you were getting into that energy that it comes in, everything happens where? Home. So if you embrace the power of the Leo within you, and you embrace the power from within yourself as a Aquarius energy, the two birds, you're going to find your true self. You're going to find that true self within you. And those both divine feminine and divine masculine energies, they're going to be both within yourself. Because you're going to know as a divine partner to use the both energies. You're really going to work them out. But under the divine guidance, guys. Under the divine guidance. Sometimes the divine is going to be missing just to see how you're using it, those powers. Are you using it or are you abusing it? If you're abusing it, they take it away. But if you're using it right, they give you more and more and more. Because the whole purpose right here is that gift that you have there. Inner happiness seems to be the reward for all the individuals who have made valuable contributions to their community or to mankind as a whole. So, Blue, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I'm glad when you guys making contributions or donations to the PayPal. Thank you. I appreciate Blue if you have any specific things there, and thank you. I appreciate it. So if you manage to get all this, you are gonna be, because you have to look of this both sides of the mirror, as I stated before in the video. You have to walk from Leo to Aquarius and from Aquarius to Leo. You're getting it in all those. But if you stay in that center, you're going to be able to see and embrace everything inside of you. Erica, it's good to meet the TF on Lionsgate. if I have to say if it's good to meet them, it all depends of personal charts actually in there, because you don't know what the energies are going to be. But actually today it is about more personal work with them. But if you meet or you talk to your counterpart, you guys gonna be talking about all those energies inside of you that they are about all these processes become divine feminine or divine masculine process of growth. And that is going to be a good reasons to meet with your twin flame. It's going to be a very good one, because maybe that's going to be the day when your divine feminine is going to be coming to you, and that's going to be maybe the divine masculine recognizing his feminine energies and understand who you are as a feminine. At the same time, the divine feminine comes to the divine masculine, understanding his divine masculine energies. It is a beautiful energies also of union, because you're feeling the both energies at the same time. Also, one more thing, it is time of work on union between our sun and the moon first before union with Earth. Exactly. It is. It is exactly about that. And darling, thank you. You nailed it. You got it. See, that's what supportive partner is about. I know he's smiling. So yeah, it all depends. But if you've been done that work from the last year, Lionsgate, this year is what? You practice it. You practice at the next level. You still have things to overcome what you knew. You still have things that you have to look. You still have this little bit of ego. You still have this little bit of pride. You still have this masculine energies in you that you have to put in. It doesn't matter if you're feminine or masculine. You still have this. There's always going to be this little thing, because as soon as you're moving on the next level, you see more and understand more, and then it's like, okay, I got a more put in. Okay, but yes, you have to put yourself first in union before the union with others. We already know that. As a twin flame, if you understand that exactly thing, your authority and your intuitions, the two pillars, masculine and feminine energies in there, you unite them from within you guys. You'll understand everything else. But you're missing those two, that is the beginning. Everything else is going to be destroyed. Your authority is going to be destroyed. Your intuition is going to be destroyed, because guess what? You're going to have these distorted intuitions, like a lot of the twin flames has within. It's like, oh, I dream my twin flames, it's coming, and he's going to call me, and so on and so on. 5 days later, well, my visions didn't happen to you. What happens within this? That was your own projections from your authority, what you love to see, what you like to see. But if you had the authority with the intuitions within yourself in unifications, and you have a dream about talk with your twin flame, and they call you in the morning, and there is like, I had a dream that we talk about this. You will understand how the authority and intuitions within two people, unifications, does exactly the same things. Now you guys understand what I'm saying and what Paulina says. Because it's one thing you to experience it, is another thing you just talk. But when you walk the talk, when you create the actions with this and you trusting this with them, then the things are the way they are. Blood Paulina. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. Is anybody else has any other questions? It's beautiful chant. I like that inner piece of the chant. I like that energies. As you see it, the quality of the energies is increasing. It's been increasing since last year. It's continued to increase. If you go back to the live chants, there were around this date from the last year on YouTube, you're going to find them out. What they were and what they are. It still represents the inner peace, but now it's a little bit more quality. And the quality is the one that changes the things in there. And look at yourself. Look at that portion within you. You deserve to have this quality that you want, but you have to first put the work on you first. Everything begins from within you first. Don't expect it from the other people. The other people, if they're going to work with you, they will work within you. They're going to work within themselves. It's the same thing like the birds. The birds, they work so hard to build the nest and tend the birds in there. One of the one out there seeking for food, the other one sits in the nest with the eggs to be hatched. Then they exchange places. Then the other one goes to feed itself. Or in some cases, the one provides food for the other while it's nesting. Even the Mother Nature shows the divine ways. The question is why did we lost that? And the Lion's Gate is reminding you about this. As you see it, that today's society, a lot of the people think about themselves mostly. They forgot to do their community, mankind as a whole. Yeah. When I get finished, I will post it. Those notes, you guys can read it as the reminders inside of it. All right, guys. Thank you. I want to say thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. This session was beautiful. Hopefully, throughout the years, people can see this video more about the guidelines, what they should look at through this Lion's Gate in there, because it's a beautiful event, but it shows for what you're here for. You to evolve, you to have these beautiful relationships and impacting the community. That's what it is. But all it starts from who? From within you, within Leo. The Leo that transforms to two birds sitting on the fence. All right, guys. Love you so much. Thank you guys for the super chat. Thank you for the donations that you guys do. And hopefully we're going to see each other again up here. And be love, guys. Do this with love. Self-love to overcome the situations, but also that love with yourself will reflect the love with others. All right, guys. Love ya.